ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Sicily here on the Lord Master channel. This series continues in this early part of the 10th century in the 900s, in the 910s. A new power has risen across the Mediterranean, Ifriqiya, which is led by Caliph Abdullah al-Mahdi of the Shia Caliphate. He's of the Fatimid dynasty. Which interestingly, the house head is Captain Yaqub, who is a landless adventurer who hails from all the way over there, residing in the Jabal Qafs area. Whatever he's doing out there, well, he actually is assisting, with them over there. I mean, it's about 30 spreading shears in there. Sort of. But we know they're making their presence known. And they recently conquered most of Sicily, with the exception of Mileta, which is currently under siege now. Click that again. Because I was about to say, there's no way that island's well developed, but no, I was looking at the wrong one. That's Salerno, my capital. Now, over there, development's going down because the colonization and under siege, no doubt. There was a major purge done by the other, the one from the mainland. Well, main island. So that island is set to fall, thus completing the conquest of Sicily for the Fatimids. And even though I'm going on at a tournament, I'll tell you that in a moment. Well, I'm laughing a bit in a horrifying manner because my brother, Emir Tiberius, half-brother to be exact, your craven and your contentness has led these locals revolt against you. How could you let it happen? How could you allow it to happen? All the more reasons why, when I'm done with this tournament and when I return, as we do have the money to make things happen, well, actually, remember the Sicilian hosts that we got. We not only got Sicilian archers, but fortunately, we're able to bargain for a lot more. We got Maburizan, 50 of them at least. More archers and some light horsemen to go along with it. So I figured that we have too many of these archers, so get rid of them. And to take its place, look, we got some horsemen. We got plenty of archers, which would be the main form of men-at-arms infantry that we'll have around here. And knowing we're going to be fighting in mostly hilly areas further down, get some pikemen. If there's any cavalry, we'll have them dealt with. And for God's sakes, station them wherever you wish. There's a militia camp here, yes. Put that there. So they'll be a bit more effective now. The pikemen will be stationed up there in Marsico, as this is where the barracks is. That'll make the spearman damage increase, as well as for the toughness. So we will let it build up. And when this is finished, we shall go on the offensive to retake Calabria, all of it, by any means. And usurp that title from my brother because he has lost the mandate of him ruling. He's disgraced. Prestige will keep going down. Well, meanwhile, start a new sway scheme against this man who was formerly raised as Serbo-Assyrian, but raised in Siculo-Arabic and Charlie ways. In 10 months, we'll finally get ledger. Since you have that domain holdings up, you should consider conquest rather than vassalization. Yeah, I was just thinking of the areas of, okay, where should we vassalize and where should we conquer? When I return from the tournament, we have to take all of this just to prevent potential sheer expansion into mainland southern Italy at its tip. Because we feared their military might. Unless you have allies yourself, and that's where, you know, may having more children would come. But I cannot guarantee if he'll live due to sickliness. But we shall see. But now, we're off. My uncle is hosting a grand tournament competition in the city of Talwuga. This time has come for us to depart. We shall represent the House of Mari to make the Siculo-Arabic people proud. While we are there, we should seize the opportunity to experience this and not the culture. Can't wait. We're seafarers now, so it's less dangerous to travel by sea. And also, after many attempts, I thought, we'll stop swaying her, just get her married off instead. She probably won't have a child, but we need her skills. To some. Which, again, she's a worthy commander. Came from a tournament. Eugenius, you converted involved ruler or county, going towards Imperiality, which, remember, if Imperiality is reached, development will go on a decline more. It would be wise to go for borderlands, even though control would be the issue, but not development. Because I live in a well-developed area of Salerno, which I expect the development growth will continue to go up. Raiders. Ah, right. Your culture allows that. May raid over land, regardless of government. Harder to promote culture in counties as culture. You what? Use the hook, and then you construct the building. Now when you said converted, do you mean like... Again, you've not spread Islam, but you are spreading a culture. He has more land to himself than ever. And what's going on? He is allied with the Tulani Sultanate, able to claim it, and also helping out on the war against Emir, and the Koranist uprising. Again, Upper Egypt and a part of the East and the Sinai, all those areas is an area of conflict, even up down the Nile. Oh, look at this! Caliph Abdullah himself. Crossing the Malta Channel. With nearly 1,000 troops of a mercenary band called Keepers of the Lighthouse. Yes, it's a mercenary company, not a landless adventure. Just passing through here to the coast of Tripoli. Let's hope she's a healthy daughter. Cardiac. I think it would be wise. I gotta go for this. In a quiet of our camp named Misurata, a shrieking uproar breaks the calm. My marshal Ansab confronts my Faris on Ariel, accusingly holding a treasury. "You thief! This was my mother's!" exclaims, blazing with anger. And he vehemently denies, "You're lying, Colonel. This has always belonged to me." You both are children. Hand it over, you two. Well, actually, I don't think it's wise to make your, I mean, don't hand it over. Because you want to make your counselors happy, so... It belongs to Ansem. Slain in battle, in a duel. Beja has failed. Tolls of our peasants army Emir. Didn't have to pay. Alright, arrived here. Horse contest aptitude is good, but it says I'm not likely to qualify. Marching onto the tourney grounds, I joined a group of contestants practicing their showmanship with measured enthusiasm. A few of the spectators already looked down on us. Chewing roasted meat and spitting bones. It's called for a spectacle. Some ascribe to distinction for training. Others, amidst the hollering, insist that it's become a moment of proving. I'll share how it's done. 65% chance of my training is successful, 30% chance of my training is embarrassing. And it's successful. So I'm qualified to go. That's good. Should go to an artisan's quarters. Warm for the forge is enough to keep most guests away. When I open the door, I find a fairy yawning over a work table. Not many seem to approach her. She quickly strains, clearing her throat of an audible cough. I just noticed. Look at her. She's blind. Died just 2 years ago. A blind widow. Yeah. Who works here. May I help you? I can offer you the best horseshoes, ready for the tournament. She's just displaying more than an impressive collection. Okay. Damn, there's a good one, but why on earth would I want to do that? Give me only the best. So the best horseshoe offered by the blind woman. That's something. The finest horses in Tripolitania, adorned in their colors of their owners, are led around the track as the herald announces the contest commencement. The riders mill around as they wait for the beast to arrive, some stretching, some eyeing each other up. My fastest horse, Unwavering, is not gonna notice by breeders and gamblers. Well, it is it's fine to bet on archery and in horse races too. So I'll place a bet. My horse is all set, of course, but the beast is nothing without a capable rider to control it. As a result, I find myself with 3 potential riders right before me, all clamoring for the honor of being allowed to represent me. First is my bodyguard, Henry, a fair candidate considering his experience of handling horses in his profession. Another instant volunteer is my master of the hunt, Pavlos, who wants to justify my hospitality. The last one is a complete stranger to me, a loco of no whatsoever, goes by Yagmurasen. Well, let's examine all of you. Yagmurasen. We're not quite sure what you'll be like. And then my bodyguard. And there's Pavlos. I'll go with Pavlos. He seems like a fine choice. I'm basing it on his brave trait and his prowess. I found myself would win the contest to this tournament. I can't help but consider a less fair approach to securing a prize horse race competition. I'm sure my opponents would do the same if only they had any idea. Who knows? Maybe they already have. Worse. Look, I could sabotage if I wanted it to, but nah, no way to win. No cheating. Peering at the bouquet, that's why the tower's dim light, I pondered the stream of odds. Shouts over the heads of the milling contest. Emir Stephanos is mayor. Unwavering is fair. 4-1 for unwavering. Yes, unwavering will win. It's in the name. As the horses make ready to race, an entire crowd is cheering and chanting to the fair racer. That is till they collectively gasp before growing completely silent. A naked man is running to the tracks, flaunting everything that Allah gave him from tip to toe. The crowd promptly begins booing this repulsive creature, hurrying anything to get their hands on him. Imprison this man? What does he have to offer? Nothing. But I'll just say, ha! What a show! Horses continue to thunder around the course. The remaining riders sawing their steeds as reins urged them faster. It's been an eventful race already, I think, remembering when that commoner ran to the track, naked. There's only one more lap to go. I lean over the edge, stand and shout to my riders the pack passes. Oh dear, this is all on Pavlos, you know. Take the less bad option. Go! Faster! 15% chance score increase slightly, 52% chance, nothing, 32% decrease slightly. Go, damn it! It's hard to see if my advice made any difference. And all the horses around the final bend to the home straight is something of a clump. My horse is bolting free of the chasing pack. They can hold off my rivals. We'll win! The crowd reaches a crescendo. The riders urge their steeds on in unison. The finishing line looms. One more push. What luck. But did we win? And that we did. Your horse, unwavering, crosses the finish line as the crowd erupts, followed closely by Amgar's Tefad's third blue spots, and Agilid Zaugin's dusk. Yes, unwavering, you beautiful mare. I've proven my worthiness beyond doubt. I actually won. There's your winnings from the wager, then there's more on the prize. Champion racehorse. So we get to travel fast, and I'll receive a prize, whatever it may be. Squires laugh at jokers with polished helms and mail. One snorts so hard it sounds like a pig, and the rest soon imitate him, therefore is unloaded in him. Among these I spot Herateos, Theramag's cosmos counselor. His skills have been greatly praised, and his name resonates as one of the possible victors. I could convince him to join my own council. What do you think? He's the Protostrator, which is their marshal. He'd be a good physician. A more prestigious rise awaits you in my court. 100% chance that I'll intimidate him and get him to join my court. I might name him a physician. If you even have a good physician at this time. He's 34, he's 49. Right. The Imami clergy established another religious head. That's different. 1289. Anyways, I want a prize ring here. An elegant ring of excellent craftsmanship. Its electrum shank is topped by Jasper Havisham. What a great occasion. More legitimacy for me. And now, with horse, that means more monthly prestige, something that's badly needed. Keep it up like that, then you get more prestige. And Gloryhounds are respected. Get it up all the way, renown and prowess for level of fame. Damn, we should do archery and horse racing more often. And as well as all the travel, which also contributes to the horse trade experience. Off I go. Get that ring off and put on a new ring for increased fertility. I'm a very fertile man now, as I would like to have more children. Is it Leptis Magna, the gem of Tripolitania? Leptis Magna was founded by the ancient emperors. As the cruel sun reaches its end at midday, the shadows it casts over the ruins of temples, markets, and theaters disappear. One cannot help but feel lost in this land about time. Today in the council there was a major quarrel when Godaliva harshly challenged my views and placed my authority on the line. As I had proceeded to demolish my argument in front of everyone, I coldly thought how I should address the matter. Among the councillors, the mood was neutral. Well, I'm a bit of a man of intrigue more than diplomacy, I'll say. It's still fear in everyone. So, I have high intrigue. I'm not callous, nor wrathful, nor vengeful, neither sadistic or arrogant, but I am deceitful. But any chances, well, I don't have any of the traits that would. So this may work. Success. I've made everyone tremble with fear. Even though I'm not particularly always a dreadful person, but it's good to do so. There's a few more places to visit before we go home. Pikeman's not quite fully reinforced yet. It's been conquered, but however there is a revolt, a tyranny war. I have a feeling that she'll likely be defeated by him. And knowing that these are all part of it, they're going to get their titles revoked. And they're likely going to... This is what I believe is going to happen. They're going to get defeated. Their titles are going to get revoked. And they're going to place them with vassals who would be of the... I was about to say of the Shia faith. But the name exactly is called Ismailism. Ismailis. Okay, the difference between us and them is that under Ashari we have legalism, fatwa, and struggle and submission. They only have struggle and submission they have in common with us. But they're also into esotericism, which makes wise man one of its virtues, and taqiyya, which is conversion resistance, and characters and counties may sometimes reconvert back to this faith if led astray. However, witchcraft is shunned, but not criminal, because they're into esotericism. Well, basically we're similar, but enough difference where we kind of view each other as, hostile. Sins and virtues remain the same, plus for wise men. Valley of the Temples. A monumental complex on the sun-bathed rocky valleys of the ancient Akragas, with several colossal ancient temples. Chief of them is the Great Temple to Concordia. My entourage passes through Gigant without issue, until I hear some commotion coming around with my guards. Eventually, a stranger manages to push through and stand by my side, beaming as if blessed by myself. By the Lord, by God, by Christ, it's the Emir of Salerno. I desire nothing more than to serve you unconditionally for the rest of my life. My guards stand at the ready to throw back in the mud. It would certainly make for a lower courtier. Is that so? You'd be a pretty good diplomat. Nice guy. There is room to learn for another language. You know what? 2 things. First off, join me. I would like to learn Greek from you. Finally got the ledger innovation. Oh yes, we can contact these pirates. And what do we need them for? Knowing that we plan on going on the offensive soon. And I do have some legitimacy I'd be willing to sacrifice. Remember, acquired booty means just free money. Authorized sales, which adds development but reduces control. Holding construction costs though, because I thought about building another holding within Salerno just to help with the development even more. Thought of that recently. Recruit course is just getting additional special soldiers. Ransom captives, which gives some piety and legitimacy if you're running low on these. This would not be necessary. But it does help with the development and increased popular opinion, which we're doing alright right now. I mentioned about the possibility of being another holding. Siculo-Arabic culture does have city planning. So if I were you, I would rather have Mediterranean pirate markets. Local rules permit pirates, for at least those that have a working relationship with to sell their goods, whether ill-gotten or not. In this region, after all, many pirates are also merchants. Or in other words, merchants engage in piracy on the side. So they could be an asset to us. There are a group of pirates active in the Mediterranean who I have connections with, and who have agreed not to target my territories, and to help me, we have a shared mutual interest. These pirates have been productive as of late, acquiring a good amount of booty, or whether it's slaves, gold, weapons, food, precious art, and more. They requested that I permit them to sell these goods in my realm's ports. How could I refuse such an offer? This will boost the local economy here. Careful with that. Hybrid cultures from Aquitano, Occitan, and Uscot. Mount Etna. As one of the greatest mountains of the Mediterranean, Mount Etna has been a subject of legends and folklore for centuries. In ancient times, this volcano had religious significance. It was believed that the god Vulcan, or Hephaestus, had his blacksmithing forge under Etna. Nowadays, the volcanic cells produced from this activity make the nearby region to be some of the most fertile in Sicily, which is itself already quite fertile. I visited there so I could pick up that traveler trait. Because that's going to be late. And get a little bit of that trade experience for traveler. Yeah, we mentioned that my sister-in-law was killed. Murdered, if I recall. Yes, was murdered by this person, who in turn was executed on leader experts of populist uprising. We'll miss her. Served my father well. Let's investigate this derelict ship, especially that my intrigue is pretty good. Just that everyone had assumed there were no survivors on the wreck. However, the goods and clothes left on the corpses would indicate that this was once a wealth trading ship. Pirates. Probably the ones that we're working for. With among the wreckage, I see exotic goods and luxurious clothing still intact, save for being a little wet, no doubt. These items will fetch a good price once we get ashore. A good find. Haha! Culture has entered the early medieval era. It's going for months next. Should need those fortification buildings. Alrighty. Problem. Every little bit helps. Wrong type of holding, yeah. It's got city planning too. 380 instead of 400 now. Because I would like to build another city here in these wetlands, but money's going elsewhere because look at how close it is. Imperiality. They've Borderlands about to go that way. If it goes that way, we hate for it to lose development here, because that would be land exploitation. So I need to do something. Hey, what about grain? And you could present a terrace, which I could do that. Yeah, that option wasn't there earlier. I guess that's because you have to be in the early medieval era, I think, when that thing appears. You may want to have that looked at. Dragoman's is an option, so Since we're in the Mediterranean region, there's dragomans which decrease legitimacy, also increase legitimacy gains when taking decisions. Aha! If I was the culture head, I would like to have that. But there's some good things missing here. Especially size of men-at-arms regiments. We don't have Caspella. That would be ideal if I was the culture head, which I could do that when I spread Siculo-Arabic culture more. Which, that day will come very soon. Oh yeah, in addition of invite Norse settlers, as we're in the early medieval era now, you can also invite Norman settlers as well. And unlike Norse settlers, which takes about 20 years for them to get here, but since the Normans are closer, it'll take 10. Good to know. Yep, similar to the Norse settlers' decision. I got it. Fortified strategic settlements. Doing that will actually go for the catalyst that goes towards borderlands. So, yeah. We need to manage it by fortifying settlements. So, the effects is that I'll gain prestige, which is needed for war declarations. Counties that own the stronghold has a reduced chance of getting negative events, thus making them less likely to raid. There's a 13% chance a knight will spawn in a court based on your martial and your level of fame, which I got plenty of, but it can be proved wrong. Gain up to 24 trade experience in the relevant tract of the Sicilian seniority trait, which is already maxed out for Arab-Berber, so we should work on the others. And every county I have, fortified Sicilian settlements, which increased fort level +1, increased hostile raid time, as well as control growth. And as mentioned before, if the county is a stronghold, chances of negative effects is reduced. A region like Sicily is full of instability and fought over by many. It is important that my territories can defend themselves from attacks and raids of any troublemakers. I recently gave instructions for my officials to work with the local communities to bolster our defenses in Sicily. As a result, our settlements will be better fortified, thus protected from any outside incursions. Additionally, it seems our efforts have resulted in some good news for myself. My officials came into contact with a local Longobardo soldier of some renown called Theodolab of Arab-Berber, who is willing to serve me at court and assist me in military matters in order to further the defense of the realm. So that 13%, we got lucky. We protect ourselves from anything. This man, he's possessed. No. Get him out of there! You do not want to have possessed people in your court. Because of what they'll do. Do not have a lunatic, and do not have possessed people in your court, because increased chance of possible murder. Not quite fully reinforced yet. What else I could do? Ah yes, request the grain. I was supposed to do that. Despite our differences, and he's zealous. No, that won't work, so someone's got to be more amenable. Like you. Because I need grain from one of you, particularly those who have a higher opinion towards me, and is more cooperative. $56. Can't ask a child that. Look, the effects he gets is prestige. It actually helps to control and develop big time. So basically this is just emergency. Oh, they began the conversions. Rulers converted, but schism is not spread to that island yet. Well, it seems you're the one that's the nicest out of all. I'd be willing to pay extra. I mean, that's quite a lot. I'll have the green shipments, which the effects on me is that development growth goes up as do control and popular opinion. Maybe that'll make those populist faction, you know, quiet down. Might gain or lose legitimacy for this, and some may have positive or negative opinion of that man. The effects on him, well, and again, county increases by 50, while development progress increases by 80. So, I'm willing to pay extra. We shall hear from him soon. More than happy to send you shipments of grain from my territory, Sicily. Your payment goes is greatly appreciated. The grain should be arriving shortly. So now this man has a hook on me. People do approve the grain deal. What right there? What is it? Board game. That relates to wit. But I don't want to be traveling at this time. Preparing for war. That's my plan. Don't go over there. Don't go anywhere. The house unity changed. Xenon challenge for an artifact. That's what the matter is about. He's at fifth. Where? Oh yeah, I recall he's intervening in other people's wars. Because one day I would like to challenge you for the title of the house head. But I don't think you could do that until, let me see. Yeah, until it goes back in the middle. Or further down. So don't do anything. Until the pikemen are fully reinforced and we're ready for war. Despite the grain shipments, they are not backing down. And, oh, a frontier like Sicily, saturated at crossroads of civilization, attracts the attention of outsiders like bees to honey. For years, the distant realms from across the Mediterranean competed militarily, politically, religiously, and economically to control this wondrous, beautiful, lucrative land. The Latin West has emerged as the most powerful force Sicily, and a regional class, that is, the local elite, has origins in, or at least close ties to that world. One could say that this frontier has been tamed under such imperiality, for now. Yet this is a hollow dominance, for the region is drained of resources and vitality. And underneath this veneer of stability is the unpredictable, capricious nature of the frontier. It is not implausible that one day, whether through attacks by ravenous outsiders, eternal squabbling, or both, the frontier of Sicily will emerge as the fateful arena of the Mediterranean once more. So now the land's being exploited. which means development decline. The Latin ruling class will be going up, but that won't matter because I've taken measures to keep the development going, such as grain shipments and pirates selling their wares here. We did what we could, but it isn't enough. At the age of 2, I've lost you. Oh, my poor child. I was just looking around skill-wise. You turned 16. How can I make it up to you? Obviously money's isn't enough, but you might make an alright chancellor. I wish there was a better way, but obviously they don't do that sort of thing. I'm in a tent in a cabin bordering the Emira, the Emirate of Bari. Tasked with gauging the tensions between our realms, suddenly a man enters the tent, demanding to see the new commander. The sailor stepped forward. So you're the new commander? Very well. Pick a challenge. The loser pays for the other camp's drinks tonight, says Alam, the commander of the foreign cabin. I believe it's to the fact that I'm Stephanos and not a mere military leader. Half-brother! Wow. Who the hell do you think you are, little brother? You're the one with no land. You're the youngest, if I remember correctly. Yes, the youngest of the sons of Saldan. The axe is considered her own. That's good to know. But I'll say, let's settle this with a friendly match. On guard. Engage a non-lethal match with the enemy commander to decide who pays the drinks afterwards. You sure about that? But no, I'm a fighter. And by the way, this is a new dual layout, not vanilla, but it's from a mod that's called Dual Overlay. So it's good to know how the likelihood of success works. Risk of injury, prowess. Alam and I stalk around each other, each weighing our options. He lifts a fearsome mace, while I grip my own hammer tightly. The deadly weapon feels cold weight in my grasp. This fight may be until first blood, but that doesn't ease my nerves. Esperanza. Throw out a flurry of rapid strikes and counters. High increased success likelihood, medium increased risk of injury. I leap into action, launching a flurry of rapid thumps, driving myself hard against the lamp's guard, wearing him down with each expertly timed strike. I stay stock still, seemingly hoping that I'll just throw down my hammer. My form is good, with only small errors. My stance is failing. My opponent's reeling for me. Victory is so close I could practically taste it. So, no risk of injury for me, but there's a 10 plus 10 natural risk gain, as you can see here. So my score is higher than the opponent's. Win through skill and outscore him by 125 points. Number is reduced in the last round. Medium risk of injury for 35% chance to lose to injury. Risk gain. That's because he took that. Well, as a diligent man, I would say, is that the best you've got? You can't even hit me. I'll tire him. Playing defensively time will allow him to tire himself while I stay fresh. It becomes harder to injure myself. Time, and again I backpedal, dodge, and weave as soon as it just within tempting target distance. Soon, Alam's showing signs of exhaustion. Surges forward, force me back with a rapid thump before bringing a high kick up to my chest, almost topple. Oh ho. Form is excellent, with little chance of mistake. Stance is failing. My opponent is still holding off my blows well, but he seems close to faltering. Ah. He hits me very high. Do it again. Few men can withstand my barrage of crushing thwacks, and my opponent is no exception. When Alam simply freezes on the spot, I'm all stunned myself, but if he's not going to fight, that's not going to stop me. I lunge forward a crushing thwack. No parry meets me, no dodge evades me. I have to pull myself back at the last to avoid crushing his skull. Instead, I simply rest my hammer against it. Once more, Lamb freezes, but it's clear I've won. I'm victorious. You pay for drinks. Almost ready. Wait a month or two. Future reference. Here. Rally here. In Policoro. Actually about a border. Or like us. I'm just trying to figure it out. Duke Doit of the Mali Duchy is granted land. Has been granted Dobruja with despot Prisciana, Bulgaria. He's a Talmani. Where do you come from? Talmani, Radonite. Right. I know who they are. No, that's Radony. So he's been granted Dobruja. Dobruja. He was a bandit. He's fought in many different wars. Because he was at some point a mercenary who's fought in battles. But finally at the age of 48, he's decided to settle down. Granted land, which I'm sure the Bulgarians would tell him to convert to Orthodoxy or else. One more month, the pikemen should be all filled up and ready for war. Can't make me afford all that. Ever. The endless clash of metal on metal, the chafing of armor, the sting of sweat. It is a dance as familiar as exhausting. To raise my hammer, attack, dodge, defend, and repeat. Maybe do me good to practice my skills of another weapon. Let's end this, Marley. Hand me another weapon. Show them how it's done. For popular opinion. Forgot about that part. That was the first thing on my mind. Ready. Finished reinforcement. Could go for a conquest, but You don't want to risk poking a bear here. I mean, we're connected by sea, so simple conquest will do. So we'll just do things one at a time. But since there's room for two in that domain, and what the hell? Inherited, I guess. We know he's here. So does he. Yeah. They appointed his people over there now. The real question is, will they actually start proselytizing to spread Shiism into Sicily? So I guess small wars will have to do for the time being. Because you got Catholics sailing where if you try to holy war it, Pope will get mad. And try to holy war that, then the strategos from the Peloponnese may come over. Which, well, it is a sizable realm, and we don't know how big he'll bring his troops into Mas. But we just need to acquire some land, enough to usurp that title from my brother, which he doesn't deserve to hold that anymore. Because to do that, you need 5. So, 1, 2, 3. And then vassalize the rest. Step 1. Conquer this county. Different faiths, realm size, and house unity all depends on what it does to the prestige. When this is all over with the conquest, I'll be sure to hold the feast for prestige. I'll lead, as I have a massive advantage. Commander promoted. Shall serve. Nobody home? No sign of any resistance unless their little army's already left somewhere. Nevertheless. Longobards Catholics uprising on the border side. And we know that his armies is over in Egypt. mild winter around here. Uncle died of illness. And cousin gets to lead the realm. I hope he leads it well. I still have a daughter, so will not accept because yeah, I'm at war. Yeah, you're right. Ask again later. Be sure to ransom him to get what little money out of him. I step out of my tent, siege camp sprawls up before me. A jumble of mud brick huts, barracks, shacks, and earthworks. Flags hang limply in a rain fog there, whipped now and then by the wind. The work is endless. The earth is a morass of mud and bodies. The air is found musty beneath the canopy of top that covers the tents. The sweet scent of horses, sweat, and leather intermingle with the mixtures of blood and dried shit that kick up boots and cloaks. My low retainer approaches as far as the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards head to the edge of camp. The Vandon of Oceanon stands before me, a smoldering ruin in the fields between. Many of my comrades lie dead, their blood mingled with that of their foes. Windows are shuttered or smashed, lofty doors lie warped on their rusty hinges, torn off their hinges, and littering the cobblestones in fragments. Grass, stones, and mortar shoot from roofs and chimneys. Black-veiled women wail in the streets. Spare it because this land is ours. And imprison anyone you can. We'll sit here, we'll get every single piece of gold off of you. Once they're in Salerno. Huh. He and his companions encountered a wretched one while passing through the war-ravaged area of Asania and killed her. Stana Vukic of Bosnian origin was killed by him. And he's the man who's bringing the prisoners back. Alright, let's do some negotiations here. Gonna get every single gold out of you. $50. Pleasure of doing business with you. Rossano. This place has been renamed. Instead of the Greek Rossano, now it's Rossano, which is the Latin or Italian sounding name. Or in this case, Sicilian. Rossano, language differences. This is one of the poorest territories that it's ever been, because it's usually a place of ruin. And development will keep going down because of the land ruling class. As part of the result of Imperiality. Gonna need your help with this. In 5 years' time. Do we have a seneschal? No. Agatha. Agatha all along. You're 23. You'll be around for a while. Here, you got money on you? Because I noticed that you're a noble. Oh, you got some on there. So in 4 years' time. Would like to get inspection, but I'm not going for that yet. Control's not really an issue here. But this is for keeps for now. Since we fought a defensive war, we can wait a little. My mother, Kenwa, and my brother, Alam, executed by the leader. You bastards. My nieces. Taking it to Gravina. Don't make me come over there. Not your ally, not your ally. Listen, we have our differences. We had our differences. Perhaps, we can support each other. I mean, you did become loyal, and I thought you would be like a brother who's isn't too cooperative, but let's put our differences between us. Robil, he got killed by the well too. I mean, he was an old man at that point of his life, so it doesn't really matter much. Glad I got Agatha out of there. And Eugenius is the caravan master who's fighting over there, so he isn't killed there. I want you to raise troops again. We gotta stop those populists. He learned the Greek language as I impressed him. Eugenius has started the feud against House Gravina, against the leader. He's got skirmishers, and he brought some siege weapons after taking Bari. What do you say, brother? Mind if I bail you out of that situation? Yes. They need to be stopped. Better army, Commander. We shall see. We'll see about that. Oh God, massive roll. I got one and you got 50. But I don't think it'll matter. Agatha's wounded the enemy. Got it all. And gained 10 gold after collecting the remaining spoils. See, there was some monetary income through. And he had to hire mercenaries whose best friends. Oh no. So we went back there. They sent him back from Egypt. And thanks to improved prowess, I gained more experience for a horse. Alright. Mindless attackers, no armies left. I had to avenge the family. Rubil died and our brother Alam died. We avenged him. So despite our differences, Salerno and Bari will work together. And in an unlikely event, you are the heir to Salerno. Wish I could bring you over your mother, but obviously Janus needs you more. And the nieces are released. I so want you to execute him, but knowing you, you probably wouldn't. idea. Oh, what's going on? Amalfi. Amalfi then in your war. Oh, so they're vassalizing them. That's my land. That means I have to fight you. Oh, then. I mean, I wanted this land as a way to, you know, border with them, just to stop them from coming up here, potentially. Now they're going towards the direction of Algiers. They're not going to last long. Meanwhile, they want some of that land back. Hey, at least it wasn't a offensive war, so we should be alright. Be willing to spend all that. Let it play out. It's Ford level 6. Hope for a son. Legitimacy isn't as great as it once was, but there are ways to get it up. Such as holding another feast. The opinion of going to Singapore tends up is very low. It progressively devolves to a deep hatred and the rivalry starts to form. Somebody's got to keep an eye on. Here we go again. Although I don't think he's the type that would be willing to go up with assassination plots. My cousin's been imprisoned. I've been mulling over the strong word letter received from my brother, Eugenius, this morning. He laid out his firm wish that our entire house make enemies of the Gravinan dogs. I cannot defend unjust killing of them, but what are the risks to our family? I cannot refuse Eugenius. Look, he'll be dead in prison one day. Or you can execute him and end the feud. It won't matter much. The states of the realm is what she's talking about. As I'm traveling inside my domain in the Emirate of Salerno, I oversee a minor building project. My man approached me because we need to plan our route. There are angry peasants ahead waiting to ambush us. As things come to light, my spies were able to detect these vermin and save some for us to avoid them altogether. Feeling this was a close call, it's obvious to me that the county is not safe due to the poor opinion of locals about my person. Magnificent job. Very poor opinion. You're one of the many cousins there. Oh, hey. In case something like this happens again, Anne, there's now talk about lands that lie even further west. Based on reports from sailor blown off course, however, Greenland is already a great distance from the rest of the world, so few would want to take the risk of travel that far across the sea, until now. News has traveled across the Northern Seas about an expedition sponsored by Arab-Berber to explore the western seas to see if there is lands beyond even Greenland. The expedition will be led by a certain adventurer by the name of Najal. Najal? What most people are doubting whether anything can be found, but whether such lands, if they exist, will be worth settling. course, there's only one way to find out. Is history about to be made over there? What do you say? No? Because, well, distance is one thing. Faith differences, but perhaps the difference of opinion may suffice. And you don't know how to speak Arabic, but I know how to speak yours. I really want to get that man over here. Amalfi has taken it. And now there's a holy war. Oh no, this is what I feared. Messenia wants in. They just taken a place, it's currently under siege. And we know that we placed that man there. He was sorry, but now he's money. Establishing a foothold on the tip of this area. Ah yes, the hunting grounds. I'll be there soon, but you are now provoking if they dare take it. And it appears that the army of Amalfi, yes, they've been defeated in battle. So it looks like they will establish a foothold in Calabria, in this tip of the mainland. That spells trouble for us. I mean, it's not done by them directly, but certainly the vassal that Saldan placed him long ago. And it's someone who's a very good commander. That is a force to be reckoned with. And no doubt under his patronage, he will lead him to many victories out there. But in the meantime, I should go hunt. A roe sighting. Hunting grounds here. Get us a forest guide. Forest guide and hire some hunters. You don't have to bring much. Follow my father's footsteps, as I once said. On our way through Potenza, we stumbled upon a local food market. Everywhere, peasants and nobles of every culture in town climb around the exotic food stalls. They have fragrances I never had imagined. My nose is drawn to a lowly stall stacked with a dish I could only dream of. I'm pulled out of my haste by a halty grasp of stomach. Do not waste your powder on this slop, my lord. Pizzas are for peasants. We have much finer foods at home. Pizza? I'm the Emir, and I want my pizza. The food was disgusting. Okay, that was a bad pizza then. Fire in a forest. Pleasant stroll through the Potenza forest makes you really appreciate the landscape around us. The luminous green, as saturated as a duchess's dress made of finest fabric, the rays of the sun, filtered through the canopy as liquid ichor. The vibrant smell, perhaps a campfire. I turn around to my entourage and observe Carrion Master Orlando's livid face. Fire, he screams, pointing at the not-so-distant flame where Emirate of Salerno has been trapped. That's my wife. I'll save her myself. 42% chance she's rescued, 57% chance rescue difficulty, 0% chance she dies. And I get wounded subsequently. She's rescued. We'll hunt for a roe. It's not as dangerous as stag, but still. Poachers here near me as far as they held it together as I routed my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead stag behind them. We did not do this. Please have mercy, glorious Emir. Blades and bows belly thy words. Oh, don't do that. You don't want to make the people mad as they already have. For 10 years. Get out of Emir Stephanos' woodland. I have a son. Abdul Aziz. A personal physician has dismounted the squad tree, which is carefully examining a carnation flower. Here's lost oranges on a hunt. Amir, look at all the useful herbs and flowers here. This one can soothe aches. This one aids a broken femur. This one wards off a lover's pox. Get back on your horse! My huntsman had pointed out Siculo clearing it down when the piece of color. A perfect place to form for a bow line and wait for the row, driven by the hound teams. I want to corner it. Because I'm brave, you see? Like all games, the slippery roads, many tricks, bunches of ruses that can fool even experienced hunters. My physician has halted the party, the buck standing perfectly still and dead center, unflinchingly getting behind us, even under dogs' noses. There's no degree of which course to follow. In each moment, VIET Terry puts us further from our prize. I've heard of this ploy. 80% chance, the success chance increase greatly, 19% chance decrease. Advice pays off. After hours of riding, we're finally cornering the wild beast. Our chase has not been in vain. The exhausted, panicked animal turned to bay, struggled to stand and barked in panic. There resounds the blowing horns, barking dogs, and party cries. A circle closed around the defiant buck. I'll shoot it. I take aim as the party that keeps the exhausted animal placed exhale loose. The arrow strikes true, straight in the beast's heart. That's how you do it. Hunts like these are pure joy. I cannot wait for next year. Well, the quarter may have been small, but the party still elated in the satisfaction of a good hunt. The directs breaking up clumsily skinned carcass before letting the game master take over. We placed the eager dog share the spoils on his stretched hide, or the party for camping home. I don't see why on earth would... My son Abdul Aziz will appreciate the trophy. He'll keep it for himself, get a tiny bit of prestige gained during his childhood. He'll think it's a plaything. And don't poke your eye out with that! It's an antler. Careful with that. So technically he was born here, in Anticargo. Go inside again. Okay. Oh, this place is fallen. They took it over. And they've won. Everything that I have feared is starting to come true. They now have a presence in mainland Italy. No doubt they would want to spread Shiism there. And they've taken Algiers. All the more reasons why we got to do a holy war against them. Byzantium is busy fighting amongst themselves. And if the Peloponnese wants to interfere in their affairs, well, they're more than happy to do so. We've got to take all of Miletos, because we need to take that title off of him. So, taking all this is all for him, then usurp the title of him, and we'll vassalize the Sicilian ruler there. Let's do it. Don't call no ally yet. Just see what happens. Capital's over there. We'll fight our way down there. Fort level 4? Fort level 3. 4? This one's got a lower fort level, so this first. Skills and spouse of Vizier Council tasks gained a bit more. In 6 years' time or so, get Peacemaker, so plus 10 peace acceptance, which means when you're at a war score of 90, you can end it. And subsequently become Gallant. And then maybe I should go over Intrigue, since I'm also just as good with that. The idea of a murder feast sounds like it's something he would do because he's done it. Sort of. But normally that's only for sadist characters if I were to roleplay as a sadist character, but he's no sadist. He's more deceitful than sadist, so he's more into skullduggery than intimidation. Whoa there. Enemy forces. It's the ruler himself. He's got Aramani. He's got Latin troops at his disposal. Ballistas. He no doubt got them from that local Latin stronghold. Unfortunately, our Maburizans should take care of them. So I'm going up at them hills. Them hills, keyword. If we are defeated in battle, I'm calling in allies. Particularly Bari, if you're... Well, obviously they're still preoccupied with the Egyptian business. Tyranny. Again, our aim is to take Miletos to stop Africa from advancing up there. We don't want to fight them, but whenever, at the moment of weakness, we can take this back. We are the shield that will stop Shiism from spreading further into the peninsula. But first we must deal with the Greek forces up here. Up in the hills of Kilithos. We're gonna get hurt a lot more, but we'll see what happens. Advantage is ours. Hold on here. Now we're in a battlefield duel. Be careful. You have a son. A young son. For a few brief moments, Philaretos and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I raise my hammer, ready to defend myself, while he clutches his sword firmly in hand. It's fine maybe until first blood. Okay, not to the death, it's first blood. But that doesn't ease my nerves. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Philaretos' sword moves in a lazy defensive position, and he begins shouting me down. His tone what one used for misbehaving as serf, not an Emir. Gained a dual handicap. Taunted me. That's what he did. No, that's a taunt. That's what has happened. Give me dual handicap, excuse me. Low risk of injury, medium risk. Come on, hit me. No risk of injury here. Time and again, I backpedal, dodge, and weave, always with a tempting target distance. Soon, Emirate is showing signs of exhaustion. Emirate stays stock still, seemingly hoping I'll just throw him down with my hammer. My form is excellent, with little chance of mistake. Emirate stands disaster. We're evenly matched. Victory balancing on a knife edge. I'll show how I raise a hammer. Victory. Confidence to have any fight. I throw out the fluidly rapid thumps of all the confidence of a seasoned expert. Philaretos does his best to ward me off, but he's entirely on the defensive. His guard's only getting weaker and slower each blow. When the opportunity presents itself, I knock his sword of flying with one crashing thwack. And like that, the battle's decided. I get my before I enter my backspring. He's been wounded, but he isn't just any wounded. He's just been killed in this battlefield duel. There is no first blood here. It's fight to the death in battle. Gained legitimacy, and I have aspiring blade master now. Acquired 14 gold after collecting his remaining spoils. Let's begin the siege. Needed some of that money to keep us going before we can get a little bit more loot. No signs of the Peloponnese. The Peloponnesian troops are raised, but we don't know how much they have or when will they arrive. As of late, worried about the finances of the realm, my council is finishing the details of so-called solitary tax charged on my vassals to cover all sorts of expenses I might incur. These are not welcome news to my vassals, and I know that I'm trespassing the social contract my rule is based upon, as I have no legitimacy to impose another tax now. Noting with amusement, my vassals are represented in the council presented a proposal which will make them evade this tax. I must decide how I deal with this matter. Assert my position with a martial display. I have a superior martial outlook to convey the message about the true value of the tax. Success in this action depends on your very good martial skill, 15 and above. Having a hard rule perk, which I do not have. I am brave, not arrogant, nor sadistic or overseer. Having less than very good martial skill, I am following a martial lifestyle. So I think this is a good chance of success here. We might get a big tax out of that. Nope, failure. And tyranny opinion went up. Just in peace, mother. Peloponnesian forces have arrived. Giving them only 2 Kazan. And let us drive from the theme of Peloponnesos. They're probably going after us now. They're forming up. been trying to get you for some time. Just try to maintain subtlety with him. Because I want you over here to my court. You can be swayed. One day I'll go to the Hajj whenever the realm is secure and is in good strength. To make furs, the furs of my brother Jenny was more successful in my attempts approaching them. Since you're a magnanimous villain, I'm not quite sure. I'll say loyalty and sense of honor. Stefan, kind of spoils it for me. A crowded clutter of canvas, campfires, armor, and soldiers. Flags flutter in the stiff northwestern breeze. The colors stark and bright against the dune sky. It smells smoke and sweat and horse dung. Lower 10 approaches the forces extended. Camp. The Van Don of Constantia stands for me. A cantankerous collection of stone and wood seems to somehow breathe. Black limbs tangled and entwined. Teeth bared in a grimace of agony. In the fields between, the dead and dying cover the field. Broken regiments of fours crawling lines of upstanding fighters huddling beneath the makeshift shelters. The cries of the injured mingled with the screams of the dying. Survivors emerged from the burnt out husks of houses, their faces blank and pale in the morning light. Grieving widows will walk the streets, call the names of those who will never answer, hail with doom order. Advance. Once they're defeated, take Stylos. We ain't scared of them. If we are somehow beaten back, call your allies. They've hired some mercenaries. Bad move. We'll take care of that Albanian mercenary band quickly. Before they have a chance to reinforce, hopefully. Oh, excuse me. Bad move. You wasted money. 100 martial lifestyle experience. And captured Kalykopos, a Greek Catholic and a good fighter. Oh, we'll recruit him. If he doesn't escape, that is. We're gonna have to get back at them. They're gonna want to retake that. No, he escaped. Damn it! I would have loved to have him. He's back in the service. That's what happened. Passed by a hostile army over in Neocastron. So they went up there and then encountered it. He's back in court, but he's not in an army. We'll defeat these bastards again. Oh, advantage them. I'm sitting around a map table with Adahelk and Henry, discussing our strategy for the ongoing war. Adahelk bangs his fists on the table and loudly proclaims we should charge the enemy directly and crush them with the sheer might of our armies, while he nervously mutters about how we should avoid unnecessary engagements to fight a war of attrition. It is my right, the ultimate course of action. I know how we can employ both strategies. So, just now, we'll have more enemy fatal casualties against them and have more of the attacker advantage. While also have a avoidance where we're taking less retreat losses, less friendly fatal casualties on our end, while lessening the attacker advantage for us, even though we're the defenders here. So we use both. Every little bit helps. We have the advantage now. No result here. We're gonna have to systematically destroy that army for good. But instead, Stylos is the way so we can connect to the rest. The brave adventurer Nigel, or Nigel, and his crew have returned from their expedition to explore the western seas, confirming rumors about the lands west of Greenland. According to reports, they discovered 3 new lands. The first land they passed through, which they named Helluland, which is dominated by flat stones. The second land, which they named Markland, is full of mighty forests and white sandy beaches. The third land, which they named Vinland, is filled with grapes and fertile meadows, and could be settled one day, if it wasn't so far from Europe and lacking in other valuable resources. Perhaps some overtly ambitious fool will attempt and likely fail to permanently settle this Vinland. And more sensible leaders might see value in exploring these lands, particularly Helluland and Markland, to find local allies or goods to trade. Who knows what will happen next in the world of the North Atlantic? A remarkable feat by him and his crew. Again, not relevant to the series here. What are they up to now? They are going after Mara. So now they want to take that and the rest of Sicily, just to have firm control over that area. If they don't just want them, they want all of it. They want all of Golmara. When will they stop? We're not getting much progress here. We gotta go defeat them one more time. Cut them off. Defeat the Peloponnesian force. Improved prowess. Experience in bow. Good. They got their man back. Advantage us. We'll finally destroy their army. And we've captured one of their vassals, which will add more to the war score. So capturing Stylos would no doubt get us to win the war. Let's go. How far are they going to keep expanding like this? Remember, this is a holy war. That means I will take all their lands directly. There is room for 2 that I can hold. And also subsequently save up some money in post-war and usurp my brother's title. Half-brother's title. What happened to you? What crime has he committed? Oh, he's in a dungeon. Damn. Well, you can't keep him in prison forever. Disappointed. That's his opinion of him. Dreadful behavior. Again, I wanted him to serve me, but I guess he did something bad that caused him to be like this, but I could still sway him. Nephew slain. My nephew was serving them. See, we're getting along, but you can't stay there forever. I need you. I wish there's a way I could, you know, free you out of prison. Break you out, but I don't think it'll be possible. For me. A cluster of ramshackle shelters surrounded by tumbled walls and sagging ramparts. Flags float a stiff northwestern breeze. Cutters stark and bright against the sky. Cut timbers lay stacked like a wall outside the tents. The lower retainer approaches and forces the siege ending. Getting the bodyguards at the edge camp. Oh boy. The Vandon of Stylos stands before me. A shattered husk of broken clay and wood. Waist-high weeds sprouting from between bricks and stones. In the fields between, a vast, sickly black cloud of locust swarms. Yellow bands on their hard-shell cavities are swollen to bursting. Shrill rattling sounds fill the air as acrid smoke swirls above them. Swirling through the air, locusts descend upon their kin, stripping them bare, leaving a field of flesh and blood and a hollowed hulk of waste. Vultures hang on the air, screeching, greedily awaiting the death of the dying. Survivors drag themselves through the broken house. Their torn and lacerated clothing in tatters. Shattered corpses lie everywhere, so covered in mud and cuts and varnish to their flesh that they can only be identified with their families by nicks, deformities, scars. Brutal. After the siege of the Vandon of Stylos, 2 men specifically caught my eye as being captured as prisoners they once had, finished frantically fighting some of my levies with pitchforks and a shovel. Glancing over in the distance, I noticed that 2 of them grappling each other, supposedly fighting about an event that happened in mid-siege, before my soldiers had entered the castle walls. After asking what is going on, one of the prisoner guards informed me that Germanos found out that Timotheus had apparently used the chaos of the siege to steal some of his gold. On the other hand, Timotheus claims that Germanos actually stole his gold, and not the other way around. Whilst normally wouldn't care about a situation like this, the 2 are yelling and shouting tonight, keeping a lot of my men awake. Yipe. Let's just talk this out. I'll try to stop their argument with using my diplomatic nature. 6% chance I managed to calm them down, and those 2 would stop being rivals. 90% siege, 10% diplomacy increase if you were to get option. Or 33% chance I make it worse and giving me a thumping headache. More prone to stress. Let's talk it out. I managed to calm them down. You know, let's fight them one more time. Because I say so. For the glory. Of course these 2 got out of there because of them in a way. They keep freeing every man we captured over there. Matters little anymore to you. Well, well, well. So, improved prowess. Trade experience for horse now. Horse 2. More monthly prestige. Keep traveling or do another horse race and you'll get the renown and the prowess per level of fame. Oh yeah. Much better than my father ever could. Also had a helping hand. Got a weak hook on him. Though he's disappointed that we keep sparing the lands. So you were the one ruling the area. Right. Before you go, we'll await our position and see if we can ransom you. Easy battle. I cut the Nazaro. Alright. Pay up. All all that you got. All the territory is seized. And then it's time to start saving up some money to usurp that title off of him, which is only requires 150. Land, Arab-Berber stronghold. Negotiate with the lands. I'll keep Mileto. That's good land. We're looking for lands with development, including ones with less control. Oh, more control than less. I'd be willing to give away those 2 lands. If you weren't in prison, I would have loved to bring you over here, grant you land, but it's not to be. Thus my wish has been averted. Perhaps I give it to my loyal people. You've been serving me well lately. You know you're Longobard. Because you don't have much in the way of Greeks around here. He's unlanded. Avibole. Oh, is already married. Never mind then. Or just say screw it, just appoint the noble. Same culture vassals of higher opinion or age, whereas local culture vassals increase cultural acceptance, which is still pretty good to be honest. Just appoint some Siculo-Arabic nobles to take over these new lands, because we've realized that Sicily, so it's no longer Stylos. So it's been renamed. You were one of the prisoner escorts. And Crotone, placing another Siculo-Arabic land over here. Now it's the Lewa Done. Ali Akbar. The stupid one. Great. Well, I'll keep the rest. And this is the one that's got the worst of all. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Oh, good timing. What's control of Sana for a moment? Once it reaches up to 90, let's see if it's held about a small fire on the side of the road. They look destitute, a pitiful state of existence, with filthy rags and weary faces. Every little bit helps with the popular opinion. Let's give him some gold and hopes to find honest work. Oh, here we go again. This is the home of the Greek stronghold. There is no control over there now. I would have loved to have that for myself. But it's not to be. Latest talk of my acquaintance, Precipa Donolo. Yeah, I remember you. It has become all the rage at court is like the peace deals with the feeling of sorrow and loss. Donolo is publicly dedicated to me. When such beautiful countenance hid from sight, we scream and we wail, no matter our might. When once so great falls so far, this rare to escape, less a scar. So far kept thoughts to myself, but the buzz grown too dramatic to ignore much longer. I could see it's truly heartfelt. Also, correction, they're Waldensians, not Fatimids, which is what I thought they were, but I was incorrect on that. As I'm looking at the other Christian face. There's no Fatimids. But for now, be at peace and raise money. And I hope you escape one day, because you're Herculean. Who the hell's going to stop you from breaking out of prison? Because if you, whenever you do manage to break out, I need to get you in. Gotta establish relations with them again, but remember, you'll be losing legitimacy again. Some good legitimacy, so we only made deals with the pirates once, just to help out Salerno locally, but I'm not that desperate. Archery! But you have to leave in 3 days. Ah, oh, damn it. Which means there's a chance of a delay. And if one single delay you get, then you have to turn around and go back home. They got it all back. If they start invading more of Sicily, we are in trouble. We'll end the episode as soon as we usurp the title off of my brother. It's only a few months now. Don't do anything. Don't do any spending. As tempting as it is to go anywhere. While taking a walk outside, I found a very beautiful flower. However, I went to take a close look at it, potentially to pick it up and keep it. I misstepped and accidentally stomped on it. Oh well, can't be helped. Three rings. Level of Splendor's up. Now we're reputable. The Caliph himself's been imprisoned by a populist uprising. Wow. Tiberius! You killed a man. I didn't know you had it in you. No wonder why we're going to take that damn title off of you, and you're going to be mad at me for it. Man's got no family, so the feud is ends. So we're a stalwart family, adding prestige and dread for all of us. Now, give me that title. You don't deserve to rule it anymore because of your bad administration. It's mine. Now, do join. We want you in, and as for you, due to having a different faith, you're unwise to do that. So we will end this episode right here, as Captain Nazaro has come in. Tiberius, I did not know you have killed someone, and we know you did it. And if I wanted it to, I could imprison you, and he'll accept it that he admits that he's done it. But he would be punished enough, so why would I want to do that? I'm not going to revoke his title. He's killed someone that we disliked, so I'm going to leave him be. So, in the next episode, we got to take this part to fully unify Calabria. Well, not fully, because there is one that got away, and now it's part of a very powerful realm that we do not want to trifle with. So, we'll see what the next episode would bring us. I'm 33 years old, and I would like to go on another archery contest, because no doubt after this, we'll get it up to there. That's how we go maintenance, and all that, and more. Maybe perhaps I'll be the greatest. Better than Saldan, perhaps. But nevertheless, so we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.